This is just going to be a quick review of these 4 maces that I purchased. Now, the 3 maces here to the right are the Yes4All brand. And the mace on the far left here is an Apollo. Now, this is a 30-pound mace, a 25-pound, and a 15-pound mace from Yes4All. The one to the left here is the 20-pound mace. And as indicated in my write-up, I could not get a Yes4All 20-pound mace because they were sold out, so I went with the Apollo. Now, I just want to talk about a few things that I've noticed. Now, the packaging on both, I'm going to go ahead and be fair, was good. There was no damage really, except on the 30-pound box. It got a little loose and it was torn up a little bit on the bottom, but it didn't damage the mace whatsoever, and the paint is fine. First things first, let's go over this. The handle, according to the description that I read, was supposed to have been like 1.67 inches round. It is thick on the Apollo, but this one claims that it was 1.67, and it is noticeably larger. You can tell that by comparing them. This one is somewhat larger than this one as far as thickness, and so is the other two. Maybe the 15-pounder would be closer to the same circumference as the 20-pounder. Okay, the knurling on the Apollo is not as pronounced as the knurling on the Yes4All. This has serious knurling on it. Heck, that's better than some of my Olympic bars. Okay, let's see. Also, a little bit of scuffing during the shipping process. Maybe the paint isn't as good on the Apollo. No scuffing whatsoever on the others, even with bad packaging on the 30-pounder. Now here's the big thing, and I want you to listen to this if you can hear it. You hear that high-pitched ting when I flipped it? That means that the walls on this Apollo aren't that thick. I probably wouldn't do tire slams with it. Now listen to this. Hear that dull ting? That dull ting? These walls, they're thick. You can just tell that these Yes4Alls are built like tanks. Now, I'm still happy with the Apollo 20-pounder, but I would not do anything like a tire slams with it. But, you know, maybe that's not what everybody buys them for. I have sledgehammers anyway when I do tire slams, so I don't need them. But, you know, just a warning, I probably wouldn't do tire slams with this one. The other 3, though, I've heard that people have done tire slams with them. I haven't personally, but I don't think you could warp these. These things are built really well. Now, the only complaint, I wouldn't call it a complaint, but issue that I may have with the Yes4All, and I want to show you this. If you'll look, there's a piece of plastic. It's kind of like there's a depression in the bottom of the mace bell, and this piece of plastic with the weight, you can see this one's the 15-pounder. It's just stuck down in there. Seems to me like if you set that on a hard surface, that it might crack or break off. Mine hasn't, but maybe that's a non-issue. But anyway, that's about it. Maybe Yes4All could just do what Apollo has done and put the weight indicator on the back up here, like when they're setting up right, so you can tell what is what, you know, rather than have to pick it up from the floor to tell what the weight is. But that might be a non-issue for everyone. But anyway, that's a quick review of these. I'm actually happy with all 4. I just wish the walls on this guy was thicker and the knurling was more pronounced. You know, thicker as far as on the inside of the wall, if that makes any sense. But anyway, pleasantly surprised. I just would like to have the 20-pound mace from Yes4All in the future, and I'm going to look into their other products as well. Hope that's helpful for others, though.
Okay, I heard the reviews. I still wanted to go with it. So I picked up the 10-pound mace from Yes4All. Here it is. Comes wrapped securely. Had this headpiece on there. It comes with bubble wrap. Okay, I took it out. The whole sleeve has bubble wrap on it. So this is all covered with bubble wrap. And once you get out of the box, Here's the head. A lot of people were curious about the head, how it looks. They've must have heard people complain. No damage really. Slight indent here, but it's a Mace and it's gonna be used. But my biggest concern is this. Can you hear that? Not sure if you can hear it, but inside here, inside the handle, with no way to get it out, because it's sealed here at the bottom, which you want. Yeah, here we go. There's sand in there, like media blast. I don't know what it is. I'm sure they media blast these before they paint them or powder coat them, but it's going to be going back due to that reason, because I don't want to hear that sand and grit noise while I'm trying to work out. So that's my complaint. Other than that, I would have rated it much better, but due to that, it just takes away from the fit and finish, having that sand and media in there that is not removable. So hopefully they can fix that, because they obviously fixed their shipping.
We cannot be a burden for nobody. As a man, you must march into the unknown, not knowing if you'll make it to the other side alive. You must show the way when there seems to be none. You must fight for those.
So as you can see, I received this less than 5 minutes ago. It's got a ton of scratch marks. The cap is broken. Looks like somebody took a bite, spit it out, probably didn't taste too good. Yeah, just first time buyer. Probably won't be coming back with this company again, just for future reference.